Hello, this is Randy Dobson. I'm an instructor for Charter College, and this video is going to cover me creating an assignment. I've had a couple of students inquire about this one assignment, which you see here on the left, and I'm going to go ahead and create it, kind of giving you a play-by-play of how I would do it, and understand that if you did it differently, that's fine. The end result is if both of them are correct, mine and yours, then they were both done correctly. The first thing, because it says in the instructions here to go back and set up some borders, some layers. So I'm going to go back to the first part of this assignment, and it says to create these 3 layers with these colors and the line types. Now, when I go to create these, under layer properties, let me make it a little smaller here so we can see. And I'm going to be moving through this kind of fast, but hopefully you can kind of replay it over and over. I'm going to create 3 layers. Go to new layer, and I'm going to type in OBJ for object. Then I'm going to do another layer for HID for hidden lines, and CN for center lines. Now, as you see here, I'm going to kind of open this up a little bit, that I need this one to be, let's see, hidden is going to be yellow. So here's my yellow, and I'm going to go to center and make it green. And then object, I'm going to make red. Now the last thing that I need to do is make this a little wider. I want to get the line type in here. We're going to move this over a little bit. So here's the line type. So the first one is hidden. So it needs to be a hidden 2. So I'm going to click on this, and if this is a brand new drawing, this is what you might see. It's just these line types. So you have to load them. So the first thing you do is you hit load, and this is telling you all the line types that you can load. Okay, there they all are. And you can just right click inside this box, and then left click, select all. Hit OK. It may give you an option, just say reload all selected line types. So now all those line types, I hit OK. Now all those line types are in here. So now when I go back to line type, I can scroll down to hidden 2, because that's what it tells me to use. Hidden 2. Okay. And then the center asks for center 2. I'm going to go with center 2, which is this one. Hit OK. And object is continuous, so we'll just leave it on that. Okay, so I've created the layers that I need. Now I'm going to close that down. And so I'm done with this one, so I'm going to go back. Here is the assignment. Okay, and as you can see, we have the object, which would be these continuous lines and the circles. We're not going to be doing dimensions. And then you've got the center lines here, and then you've got the hidden lines. So the first thing I'm going to do is come up here to my layers and make object my active layer. So everything that I'm going to draw right now is going to be on object. So as we can see, this is a 5 by 9, because this is a multi-view drawing. Remember, this is the top view, the front view, and the side view. So if you were looking at this from the front, you can't see those circles. That's why we use hidden lines, to let the person looking at it know that there are objects there. So the first thing I'm going to draw is a 5 by 9 box. So I'm going to go line, and with my ortho on, F8, I'm going to go down 5. I just type in 5, enter. And then I'm going to go over 9, enter. And then I'm going to go up 5 again. and then I can just come down here to close, and it will close it for me. So now I have this outside object. Now here you can have a couple different things. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to type join, enter, and I'm going to join all of these together to make one object, enter. As you can see, it's all one object, and the reason I'm doing that is because this distance, this rectangle off of this one is 0.75, so I'm just going to come up here to offset and type in 0.75, enter, select my object, click on the inside, then hit escape. So now I have these two rectangles drawn. Okay. Now we can see if this is 5, they're telling you that this dimension is 2.5 to the center, so that's telling you it's along the midpoint. So the first thing I'm going to do now is draw a line, and it's saying specify first point. I'm going to go MID, enter, for the midpoint, and then I'm going to type in MID for the midpoint. So now I've created this line where all the circles are going to go in. Now there's a couple things that I can do here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is draw a line. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Actually, I'm going to, because I made these all into one, I'm going to go back and change this one by hitting X, enter. That explodes it. So see, now it's an individual object. I'm going to offset that 2.5, enter. Come over here like that. Now see where these two lines intersect is right here where these two lines intersect. So now I can just offset this 2 and offset this 2. Go back to offset 2, enter, there, and there. So now where these lines intersect are the center of those circles. So now, since they tell me the circle is a diameter of 1, I want to go to circle, diameter. And it's asking for what is the center point. Well, I'm going to type in INT. This is one of your O snaps right there. And that wants a diameter, and I type in 1. And I'm going to do that again. Circle, INT, 1. And then one more time. Circle, INT, 1. Now if I had wanted to, I could have just, after I created this, copied it over. And again, it's just whatever commands you're comfortable with. Okay. So I'm just going to leave some of these lines up here because I'm going to show you something. Now this, I've created this top part. Now I need to create this. Well, remember, this is a view of the same object, so all of these lines are the same width. So I'm just going to go copy, and I'm going to bring these two down to here like that. Now here it says that the offset, it's 3.5 tall, so I go offset 3.5, enter. And now I'm going to trim, and that should be right here, trim. I want to pick this line to trim and then trim off this and this. Now I've drawn this outside box. Okay. Now, I'm going to kind of jump ahead here a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and draw this outside box because this is a side view. So again, I know that the height of it is the same because it's the same object. So I go copy, and I'm just going to move this over to the side. Notice my ortho's on because I want it to be exact. Now, you may be saying, well, what is this width? Well, you're looking at it from the side. The width is 5. So I'm going to offset 5. And then I'm going to come back and trim this up. So now I've got the outsides of both of these views. Now, as you can see, because this is a top view and this is a front view, you can't see any of this. So all of these are hidden lines. But see, this line lines up with that, and the edge of that circle is here, and the center of that circle is there. So I'm going to kind of show you something here. I'm going to go copy. Actually, I'm going to explode this one, X, enter, and make it all individual ones again. And I'm going to go copy. And see, I can pull this and this down. Okay, and I'm just going to put them here for now just to make it a little bit easier. And then these are the center of the circles. So again, with my ortho one, I'm just copying them down here. Now, I'm going to take these three and select them, and then change them to the center layer, center. And then I'm going to grab these two and change them to the hidden layer. Okay, starting to see it a little bit here. Now we can see that the height of this bottom line, 2.75 from 3.5, is 0.75. So I'm going to offset 0.75. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on the hidden layer. Now, there's a couple things that I can do here to clean this up. And what I'm going to do is do the fillet, which should be right here, fillet. And I'm going to leave the radius 0 because I want it to make a nice hard corner. So I'm going to pick that and that. I'm going to hit enter to repeat the command. That and that. And then I'm going to go to trim and trim off this and this. Okay, so you can see it's starting to take shape. Okay, I don't really need these lines anymore. I'm just going to erase them so you can get a better idea. Okay, so now over here I need to do these hidden lines, which is the edge of these circles. Now there's a couple ways I can do that. Okay, one would be go line from quadrant QUA and come all the way down to here. And then if I want to, I could just copy that line. I could just go copy from that end point or that quadrant to this quadrant to this quadrant. Okay, I'm just typing in QUA, 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 and then QUA. So now all I want is this little piece. So I'm going to go to trim and I'm going to pick this and this for my trim edges. So I'm going to pick this, that, 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 and that. Now if I want to save time, I can just grab all of these. So now I've got them down here. Now I'm going to select them and put them on the hidden. Okay, now the center lines, I'm just going to use the break command, which should be, where did they hide it at? Where did they hide it? They keep moving it on me. I'm sorry. That looks like it there. Nope. Huh. That is, maybe they got it over here? Nope. They've moved it around to somewhere. Oh, here we go. Break. That's weird looking. So now I'm going to kind of pick right here. Go up. Oops, that didn't work. Let me try it again. Break. I hit the wrong one. That was the wrong break. I'm going to pick here. Go all the way up and click. Then I'm going to do break again, all the way up. Break here, all the way up. So now, as you can see, mine is starting to look like this, and the top one looks like this. Now all we have left are the hidden lines that are the sides. Now, as you can see, this hidden line that's going across the bottom, that's going to be across here. So I'm just going to go to copy, and I'm going to copy this line with ortho on. So see, there it is. Now the width of the walls we've already determined was 0.75. So I'm going to go to offset 0.75, and I'm going to offset this one and this one, and then I'm going to put those on the hidden layer. Now there's a couple ways you could do this. You could use fillet, you could use trim. I'm going to use trim and just pick all the lines as edges, hit enter, and then I can just trim these off to make a nice clean corner, and then there you have it. So there is this assignment done step by step. Now if you did it differently, that's okay. If you're comfortable with the rectangle, you could have done this as a rectangle. Okay, I drew each one of those circles. You could have drawn one and copied it. The same thing over here, depending on your level of knowledge of the commands. Okay, but this is your basic working of the commands to create this object. And if you have any questions, please email me. And that concludes this video.